notice, and this is the typical copyright. We continue with mathematics syllabus for CSEC 2018, which runs normally for 10 years. However, as of December 2025, this syllabus has not been revised, but there are plans to change the structure of the exam from 2028, with a few pilot projects now being conducted in a few Caribbean countries. The syllabus remains the same. Two main planned changes to the CSEC level math exam. One, split the exam into two parts. And two, there will no longer be any alternative sections. Mandatory questions will be set on all sections. Schedule of videos. By now you are aware that these three sections, 1 to 3, all 51 of those videos have been published in their entirety on YouTube. Please make good use of them. Section 4, measurement. 5 of those have been published on YouTube in their entirety out of 17. Section 5, statistics. 5 of those have been published in their entirety on YouTube out of 18. Section 6, algebra. Out of 22 videos, 7 have been published in their entirety on YouTube. It took a lot of time to set up the online school, so I had to reschedule the last 3 parts. Section 7, relations, functions, and graphs. This is the 7th of 26 videos, and hopefully I'll get this done by February 2026. That is by the end of this month. Then section 8, geometry and trigonometry, by March 2026. And finally, section 9, vectors and matrices, by April-May 2026. Please note this disclaimer down here. This schedule is just a projection, and it is not to be interpreted as a contract with anybody. Just a reminder that section 1, all 33 of those videos have been published in their entirety on YouTube, especially since this section forms the foundation on which the rest of the syllabus is based. So please make sure you learn or you look at these 33 videos and know them very well. Another reminder, you need to know the times tables from 2 to 12, especially since calculators are not allowed in paper 1. But coming back to the syllabus here, these objectives here, if you consider this part here, let me expand that. You will notice you have work like add, multiply, subtract, divide whole numbers, that's video 6, and add, subtract, multiply, divide decimals, video 7, and so on. This is the type of work that is normally done in grade 4, 5, and 6 in primary school. So this syllabus begins at the primary school level and then progresses. From section 2, consumer arithmetic, all 12 of those videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 3, sets, all 6 of these videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 4, measurement. These indicated by these yellow boxes here have been published on YouTube in their entirety. The others are only partially published. Please see directions in the description below for full access to these videos that are only partially published here on YouTube. Section 5, statistics. Again, these that you see indicated by these yellow boxes here have been published in their entirety on YouTube. The others are only partially published on YouTube. Again, please see directions in the description below for full access to these videos that are only partially published on YouTube. Section 6, algebra. These 7 videos indicated here by these yellow boxes, have all been published on YouTube in their entirety, especially since algebra seems to be a problem area for most learners. The other videos are partially published. Please see directions in the description below for full access to these videos that are only partially published on YouTube. Section 7, Relations, Functions, and Graphs. This section has 26 videos. This is the section we are doing right now. Before we go on, recall I said in the introductory video that you will need a good math textbook or a set of two, especially to get more practice questions. CSEC recommends the following on the right, these. From these, please pay close attention to these last two down here, especially since they form a very good 2-volume set of math textbook that is quite adequate for the current and the proposed change in the exam format. This is volume 1, Mathematics, a Complete Course with CXC Questions by Raymond Tulsi. And this is volume 2. Disclaimer down here, I get no financial or other benefits from the sale of these books. Also, as of late 2024, a website with AI interactivity has been made available, free of cost, that deals with past CSEC math questions only. You can navigate by topics or years, where all questions for the past several years have been worked out for you. That is, questions from paper 2. If you have a question that you need explained, you can ask the AI assistant either by text or voice, and most likely that will be explained for you. It is extremely important that you become familiar with how CSEC sets its questions for paper 2 and what will be considered good or acceptable or correct answers to such questions. That website can be located at this URL here, and I will show you what the home page looks like on the next slide. This is the home page for that website. You will have to register first and then sign in, but remember I said it is free. This is the URL again. That URL will be in the description of this video below, so you can easily click on it and be redirected to this website. This is a reminder that this formula sheet is provided for the CSEC math examination papers. This formula sheet you see over here. It is included in the syllabus. There will be a link in the description below from where this formula sheet can be downloaded. This is the top part of that formula sheet. Just a reminder that you do not need to memorize these formulae, as this formula sheet, as I just said, will be provided for you during the examinations. And this is the below part of that same formula sheet. And while you do not need to learn or memorize these formulae, you do need to know when and how to use them. Section 7, Relations, Functions, and Graphs. This is where we are. Print screen for the first 5 objectives, and those have all been completed up to objective 9. Right now, we are at objective 7. Then we go on to objective 13. And we still have to go up to objective 17. And then objective 20. This is just an overview, so you will know where we are and where we are going. Objective 22, right down to objective 26. This is a print screen from the syllabus. This is the end of section 7, Relations, Functions, and Graphs. So far, we have completed 6 objectives and therefore 6 videos from this section. Those 2 are published in their entirety on YouTube, and these others are only partially published on YouTube. Right now, we are at video 7. When this is finished, it will be partially published on YouTube. So, objective 7, it says, determine the intercepts of graphs of linear functions. And explanatory note says the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts do that graphically and algebraically. We will consider 7 examples using both methods, using graph first and then calculating these intercepts. Example 1. This is the linear function. Now, we don't have to prepare the graph here, but if you had to, you will get the extreme values, 2 extreme values, and 1 somewhere in between here. Using those 3 points, you will get a graph that looks like this. Now, if you had just the graph, graphically, the y-intercept and the x-intercept. So let's see this larger on the next slide, which is this. Well, the x-intercept is the point on the x-axis that the graph intercepts, that it intersects, which in this case is -2. And of course, the y-intercept will be the point on the y-axis where the graph cuts it, which is 4. So graphically, for that equation, for that linear function, the x-intercept is -2 and the y-intercept is 4. But you already knew that from the last video. But now let's actually calculate it. Y is equal to 2x plus 4. If we set x at 0, then this part works out to be 0, and our answer is the y-intercept is 4. So we saw that from the graph. Now we calculated it, and without doing anything at all, you could have just looked at the linear function, and because the coefficient of that y is 1, you know that the y-intercept is 4. We can also calculate the x-intercept. In this case, we set y to be 0, and we solve, and we get x is equal to -2, which is what we had here from the graph. If you find this video useful and interesting, please like and share. That is, like and share. You may also consider subscribing to this channel. Example 2. This is an overview of how the videos from this section will be published. Those that will be published in their entirety, and those that will only be partially published on YouTube.